Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Loo. I'm not so sure whether the recent HDB resale prices, they are hitting records after records after records are catching my eye. But it certainly caught my eye. I'm actually very concerned about these buyers. I'm happy for the sellers. I'm probably even happy for myself. I'm very worried that these buyers are blind to the fact that these HDB prices will ultimately fall and may even fall quite soon. So let's watch on my analysis, shall we? So essentially, my talk today is a warning. I just want to warn all the mega high-price resale flat buyers that the price of HDB will ultimately fall. And I'm not so sure whether they are actually aware that this is an eventuality. Over the last 1 year, we have seen HDB resale prices going up and up and up. Year to date, we're looking at a 6% increase, and that's quite a high for a flat. And we are looking at really even more increase given what are the trends that we've seen recently. Dragon Tan, our property expert in our channel, has been relating to us some of the news that, HDB resale flats are running out of supply and everything they put up will be gone in a flash. Prices are hitting record after record after record. I've seen and tracked my flat as well, and I'm sure some of you are looking at it as well. So HDB resale flats are rising phenomenally. And I think that this deserves some attention. First and foremost, I think most of us are aware that $1 million HDB flats is a very common thing nowadays. We have said that, $1 million HDB flats is going to rise and rise, and guess what? It is rising. Right now, we are looking at about $74 million HDB flats being sold in the month of May. I think in June, July, August, I think it'll be much more. And this is going to be a rising trend. It used to be only the big houses, central location. But right now, the $1 million HDB flats are getting more and more, and they're just not 1 million. We're looking at 1.5 million in Pinnacle, Bishan, 1.5 million, Sengkang, 1 million, and you have got a Serangoon, 1.23 million, Toa Payoh, 1.15 million. And these are not just big flats, small flats and ordinary flats as well. I think this is very eye-catching for all of us. Is it a good thing or bad thing? Depends where you sit. And I'm sure most of us HDB dwellers are quite happy. I think there are some perspective that you should be happy and some perspective you should not be. But let's analyze them, shall we? Right now in our HDB resale flat listing, there are 124 HDB flats being listed for $1 million and above. So these are $1 million hopeful. And if this is true and these are serious sellers, I think a lot of them will get to be sold because right now the market is really hot. Not only are the HDB resale flats being sold for high prices, the 3-room HDB resale flats are breaking 800,000 as well, and maybe one day will break 1 million. So if you look at all these records, there are 3-room flats right now in Kallang, Clementi, Havelock, Toa Payoh, Henderson, Dawson, MacPherson, Telok Blangah, Ghim Moh. All these are breaking $700,000-800,000, and that is unheard of in the past. I remember I bought my Masonette about 10 years ago at 726,000. Today, I don't even think I can afford a 3-room flat with that kind of budget, right? So prices of HDBs are rising phenomenally across the board, not just in prime location, but across the board in all location, all flat types. This is probably a very phenomenal rise in Singapore wealth level. And all Singaporeans should feel good, especially if you're a HDB dweller. And 85% of Singaporeans are staying in HDB flats. So congratulations to all HDB flat dwellers. I think I said this before, even my flat type is also going for over $1 million right now. I think I saw one recent one at 1088 or something like that. I must share with you that I actually feel very shook that it's going up, even though half my mind tells me that it's a KKK asset. KKK stands for Kong Ka Kiao. This is a term that I coined up to describe the fact that my asset value can only be realized when I die, right? That's why it's called the Kong Ka Kiao KKK asset, right? It still feels shocked to know that my wealth level is rising, and it's a good feeling. And I don't think I'm alone in this feeling, right? Most Singaporeans who are HDB dwellers are actually feeling it as well. So, Mr. Loo, why are the prices rising? I think we talked about it in a few videos ago. The HDB resale flats are rising because the people who were selling their private properties 15 months ago, loaded with tons of cash, are now throwing a major part of it into HDB, and that causes the flat prices to rise. And I think there's also a group of people who don't want to wait too long for their BTO. They're turning to HDB as well, and they don't want to pay those high prices of condos and things like that. So I think it's a understandable reason why the HDB resale flats are rising and rising phenomenally. HDB has said that there is a reduce in supply because number of flats meeting the MOP period is less and the HDB demand is going up as well. So combine all this together, you have a phenomenal rise in HDB resale prices. This is where I want to say to all the new HDB resale flat buyers, be careful of overpaying. I think there's a group of people, retirees, they loaded with cash and they dump part of their cash into HDB resale flats. They really make some money from their private property. They sold it, part of it goes to here. I think, they can afford to do that. But a lot of people have the opinion that buying high is okay because it will go higher, or buying high is okay because the value will maintain. I just want to say this categorically clear that HDB resale prices will surely fall. 100%. The HDB prices will surely fall because they are 99 leasehold. Okay, 99 leasehold. And for those people who think that the government will do something to extend the 99-year leasehold, I think, you're probably smoking weed or you're delusional, because the government has again and again and again tell everybody after 99 years, we will take back the flat, and it's already happening. So this is what I call by a ballast curve, okay? It actually describes, when the lease gets reduced more and more and more, your value will start to fall. There's no right or wrong in this, but I think I've done some analysis, somewhere between the 30th, 40th year left of your flat, the bank will start being restrained in the lending, and this will start to cause the price of the resale flat to fall, okay? So bottom line is that the main reason why HDB resale flat will fall is because there's a limited lifespan, and many of the HDB resale flats are getting older and older and older. It is true that Singapore property is a very good investment. Nothing wrong with that. Singapore is limited in land, so therefore property demand will always be rising. Singapore is a very attractive place, so it attracts a lot of foreigners as well, PRs and things like that. This idea is only one-sided. Don't forget, you have bought the flats on leasehold terms. So therefore, there's a limited lifespan, just like a car. After 10 years, it will go to a very low value, right? Near zero, okay? You can sell the scrap metal and things like that, but you'll get very little money back. Basically, your flat will go to zero simply because it's designed to be that way, right? So these are public statements that makes by expert, The leasehold land concept allows recycling of land for future generations. This is true not just for leasehold flats, land and property, but also for commercial and industrial use as well, which is generally for 30-year lease. So recently, I have a relative which has a piece of commercial land. He has reached 30 years, and he has appealed again and again and again for government to extend the lease. You know what? Big fat hope, okay? Yeah, appeal to MPs, appeal to government bodies whatsoever, nothing works, okay? You will have your flat go down to one big fat zero value when your lease runs out, okay? So I think that one must be categorically clear to everybody. It's okay if you buy a flat with the notion that that is going to happen. But if you buy your flat with the notion that this will not happen, okay, then I think you're delusional. Fortunately, our BTO flats are still affordable. I think the government intentionally keep our retail flats affordable. And then, there's a big price gap between resale and BTO right now. What I don't want to see is, because this is high, this thing will gradually creep up. I'm okay to keep this gap, okay, so that my children will enjoy this cheap HDB flats and in future sell it at a great price. But I don't want people to think that resale flats will continue to rise forever. That's, I think, something quite dangerous. To wrap up, I think I have three reflections. Okay, three reflections on this current phenomena. As a HDB owner, I'm happy that my wealth is increasing with the rising HDB prices, even though it is a KKK asset. So I'm happy, and I'm not going to deny that. Just seeing the value goes up is a very enjoyable thing. It has a lot of fulfillment in it, okay? Although it's a KKK asset, I know I can't sell it and stay elsewhere. Second thing is that I'm very happy that because the HDB BTO prices are still kept affordable, my children will have an opportunity for a total effect, which means that, because they buy the HDB BTO cheap, And since all the resale flats are so expensive, there is a potential for a huge gain called what I call a Toto effect, as if you strike Toto. But I'm equally worried that the current resale flat buyers are delusional to think that our HDB resale flats will never fall. And I think this is something we all got to be very concerned with. So just be careful to make sure that when you buy your flat, you have this notion that ultimately the Ballas curve will kick in, the lease will run out, prices will start to stagnate and eventually fall. But as long as this within your wealth planning is okay. I think it's important for our government to make this unambiguously clear that our HDB resale flats will go to zero when the lease is out. I think keeping it vague, not reinforcing it, and allow all these resale flat buyers to dump millions of dollars into expensive resale flat, thinking that our HDB flats will always go up and never come down. I think it's a dangerous thing because a lot of HDB resale buyers will get hurt. I personally think that if I have my way, I'll make a public statement, just buy within your affordability and with the notion that this is a ultimate price pathway in many years to come. And then the buyers go in with the eyes open. So I think the government should do something along it, just clarify this position very clearly and again. Many years ago, I think this statement was being made, and I think a lot of people just forgotten about it. Well, thank you for watching, and whether you agree or not agree, I'd like to hear your comments in the YouTube comment section or in my 1065 Telegram channel. I hope to see you again in a day or two. Thank you and goodbye.